All right, boy, here we go. Let's talk about wrestling this week. Take me to Raw.
So we start off with Gunther, the part-time ring general, and he's here to tell us, he's cutting his promo on John Cena. We got to build this story a few days out. So he just says,
okay, look. The story was built. It was based off of this whole entire tournament, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like we didn't see it coming. We knew it was coming, right?
Yeah.
But the story was built off the tournament, which is why I always said we should have perpetual tournaments all the time. So that way, if you can't think of a story, at least you can kind of see where things are going. And you can still have your feuds here and there and so on and so forth. But at least you got like new people coming through the ranks.
That's only for NXT. For the main roster, we don't do that here.
So it's weird for you.
Well, no, it's fine on NXT, but on the main roster with Triple H, we don't do that kind of looking.
We don't do that here.
Okay, like you want that? Go watch Higginbottom show.
Okay, there you go. I guess that's what the problem is.
You're on the Levesque show, so we don't have that.
You mean the Levesque show that's freaking booked by Road Dogg?
Well, that's SmackDown. This is Raw.
Okay.
I don't know who books Raw. But Gunther says, "I will make John Cena, the man who never gives up, give up."
Okay.
And then, he didn't say it like I said. He like shouting it and stuff. He's like, give up, John Cena. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Okay, look, it's not classic Gunther to me, so, whatever.
He's had lots of
He said
promos.
way better promos to me than what he did here, so.
And, he's not the first person to talk to John Cena when he's not there.
He probably won't be the last. I'm sure there's somebody else. Look, John Cena already said a long time ago, get used to me not being here. So,
that's how done he was.
That's how done he is right now. But, that's not going to stop people from sitting there talking shit about him still.
Yeah. And then, EO destroyed Kyrie, so.
Cool.
Then the masked guy is back, and he attacks Rey Mysterio.
People are saying it's Montez Ford.
Oh, I think it's Omos in that hoodie. So
no, it's not Omos. Omos is way too tall for that. If he showed up, there's no doubt in anybody's mind if he showed up, everybody would say that's him. Or at least the guy who's playing Zangief in Street Fighter. One of those two.
Yeah, it could be Vincent McMahon in that hoodie. You never know.
It's not Vincent McMahon, especially even it wouldn't be Vincent McMahon 10 years ago. Okay.
No, but then we had the Usos. They're coming back together now because yeah,
I watched it and I'm like, so because Jay can't hack it on his own and Jimmy is not even allowed to even get a chance to start, let's just go ahead and put them back together. And I just feel like that Jimmy and Jay are not happy about this.
Well, Jimmy was trying to do this promo. He's like, I just saw you last week throwing the Prime bottles around, and I thought maybe we should be a team again. And then Jay's like, that's what happened because that's what I'm gonna do because that's what we did. And then he says, and then Jay's like, we get to have feuds like us and the New Day.
Something that we haven't seen before.
And he's like, us and the New Day is like Rock and Austin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like Rock and Austin. It really isn't like at least when y'all were feuding with the New Day, there was 3 New Day. So there is 3 New Day now, but does anybody give a hot shit about Grayson Waller in that group?
No.
Okay.
And then the Usos get to look at AJ and Dragon Lee, and Uso says, you guys, we don't know you because you haven't been here, but now you're here.
What are you talking about? Both of them have been here for years. What are you talking about?
Look, the point is the Usos aren't really happy about this, but this is what they're going to do now. So
this is what they're doing.
So maybe because it's the Usos involved, maybe the Raw tag titles will be in a storyline that's important.
Maybe it might get good. Who knows? I don't know. I've seen the Usos hold tag team gold. I've seen the New Day hold tag team gold. I have not seen AJ and his partner hold tag team gold before, until they won it. But this is fine. I mean,
so I guess that long-term storytelling they had where Roman Reigns was arguing with the Usos in the back, and they were about having Jay like look like he's turning heel and having Cody talk to him. We just dropped that now.
well, I mean, like if you're sitting here watching somebody just struggle, sit there and be at bat and just fail, and the fans know it, and other people who are like us commentating on this kind of stuff know it. You know, it's hard to sit there and say that Father H is not listening to us.
Yeah.
Okay, when you see this, I don't know if his sales dipped. I have no idea. I don't know shit.
I don't know why he listened to us, because I thought our opinions didn't matter.
I mean, he said it before, and I mean, apparently they do. I mean, obviously, if they didn't, then they wouldn't be doing this right now, right? So
it is what it is, I guess. And then, okay, so I'm just going to mention this briefly, but Stephanie came out and she says, I beat Nikki Bella, but I want you all to know that I'm not known for the devil's kiss.
yeah, that's exactly what you're known for. That's 100% what you're known for. You know, I mean, people, look, I haven't seen anything because I don't watch anything outside of WWE. I do actually watch stuff outside WWE, but I didn't follow Stephanie McCour in NXT. Okay, didn't follow her. It just is what it is. When they show up on here, then I start looking back and start seeing what they did, you know, previous to what I know, so that I can gain some insight on why does anybody care? Why do we like this? Why does it matter? I guess I would think like an executive. I don't really know about it until I know about it.
Yeah, only Joe Hendry got me watching NXT.
Yeah, Joe Hendry got me. I love Joe Hendry. When he popped out at WrestleMania, I popped. Okay, I did. Okay, but Stephanie McCourt, nothing that she did for me, you know, made me sit there and say I should be watching her. And then since she's come out on the main roster, you know, I've got nothing. So when I look back at her stuff and I see all that's happening is this devil's kiss, and then she comes out and tells me I'm not known for only that. Yeah, you are.
That's all you do.
That's all you do. Every single freaking clip that I've seen you at in NXT is you doing that.
All your shorts are that.
Like, even in house shows, you were doing that.
Yeah, no one's talking about your promos.
Nobody's saying that, okay? So, I don't know where you get this idea that nobody knows you for the thing that they know you for. Be proud of it. I would be.
Be like, look, they know me for something.
Yeah.
It's better than not knowing me for anything.
Yeah, right?
That's like Jay was saying, like, they don't know me for the yeet.
Yes, they do. I mean, but you also have other things on your resume. Okay? I mean, if he wins the U.S. title, he becomes a Grand Slam champion. But that's neither here nor there. So.
And then Braun Breaker just said the same thing he said last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, and it's not terrible work. I liked it.
And then LA Knight got, you thought what Gunther did with him was bad. He got beat up by the Vision again, and then Bronson Reed tsunami'd him on a car, and then, you know.
Basically just rode him off TV.
You know, he ricocheted him.
I guess so. I mean, what if he shows up in AEW?
What, Eli Drake is all elite?
Sure, yeah.
That's it for Raw, though.
All right, go through SmackDown, son.
So Cody comes out, and he's talking about Drew. And, I mean, last week he wants Drew here, but Drew's not here. So he says, okay, Drew doesn't like this job because it's an unsafe working environment.
Drew is doing what heels do. So, you know, all right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was a heel.
And then Cody says, if I was your boss, I would have fired you.
Yeah, well, you're not a boss, so, you know, I mean, you fired yourself from your own company, so how about that?
He says, Drew is half in this and half out.
He's a heel. That's what heels do. You know this is what bad guys do.
Like, he's not fully dedicated. That's why when I got kicked under a table, I left for like a whole month to do a movie while Drew was here the whole time.
That's right, he did do that.
But he's the one who's not fully dedicated.
Sorry, Cody. I mean, you don't wrestle on every freaking episode of SmackDown. So, I mean, who are you to sit there and talk about what Drew does? Stay out this man's bag and be in your own bag. Guile.
He was here longer than you during your title reign. While you were fighting him. But then Oba Femi comes out, and I guess, you know, everyone.
He got a huge pop, and I know of this character because he's been showing up a lot more on my feeds for WWE and shit like that. So I'm just like, let me see what this dude does, and he's incredible.
Got a good promo here.
He's really good,
I
like him a lot, and I hope he moves to the main roster. where they will completely forget about him.
Just like what they're going to do to Trick Williams and what they did to Melo. And what they're going to do to Javon Evans. But it was a good promo. I was like, okay, cool. And then, Carmelo Hayes is here. I'm only talking about this because he's got the shirt that says, the losers win too.
I mean, did he, come up with the idea for that shirt?
Triple H say, you're gonna
wear this shirt. We're gonna tell you exactly where you belong as a loser. Even though you were champion on NXT, you're a loser here.
And then we got Uncle Howdy's promo, because last week Solo had a decent promo, and then this week we got Uncle Howdy in the ring. He's like, everyone you love, you use. You don't really love them.
I don't know what he was trying to do here. It really took me out of the whole thing. I'm like, maybe he's. I want to say that he's trying to act like Bray Wyatt, but I just am not. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing at all.
The thing that made me laugh was that it's like dead quiet when he's doing this.
I know. I guess people are trying to sit there and say, hey, like, what is happening right now?
And after this, I'm like, can Solo and the MTs just win and get this story done? Nobody cares about this anymore.
Look, I've been looking on Reddit. I've been looking on all kinds of feeds, and people are still in, and I'm just like, I'm not in. I just want the MFTs to win. And what happened to the MFTs face paint? Why did they get rid of that? I was down with that.
Well, I guess they don't.
They don't do it anymore.
It's fine. I mean, they want to match Solo. They're like, you're the coolest one here of all of us, and you don't have the face paint, so we'll match you, because the Wyatt Six have the masks and stuff.
They just look boring now. All of them wearing black. That just looks boring. At least the Wyatt Six are all wearing, different costumes, even though they're the same costumes they've been wearing for like the last year and a half or whatever. But at least it's different.
Yeah, and Uncle Howdy's got his good promo skills too.
I mean, I haven't heard any of the other ones on the MFT say anything.
I want to hear from the Cobb.
Yeah.
And then we had Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest versus Vega and Black. And this was really good. I mean,
say what you really mean. Say it. Go ahead and say it.
The match. I mean, the Black and Damian Priest, they were okay, but
no.
But Ripley and Vega.
Shut it down. All right. This feud that has been going on. Why did this feud start, son? It started because R-Truth was about to turn heel.
Well, he was heel. He was driving.
Basically, he was driving, and then he sat there and freaking, upset Aleister Black by beating the hell out of him. And then Damian Priest walked up to Aleister Black and said, hey, man, I know how upset you are, but don't worry about it. And Aleister Black masked him in the face, and now they're fighting.
It's a great start.
Great start, okay? And then they sit there and keep fighting and doing all this crap. The last man standing match should have been the end of this, right?
They had a fireball.
Then Zelina Vega comes out, and now there's a fireball. Now they're involved. But now, this feud that's been going on for way too long and is not interesting at all.
I mean, Drew versus Priest was like miles ahead of this.
Yeah. I don't like Damian Priest, and I like Aleister Black, but it's like a little more than Damian Priest, okay? I just never saw the point of Aleister Black.
For me, Black is just doing what Cross should have done, or what they wanted to make Cross do.
That's exactly what it is.
But, Rhea Ripley and Vega, maybe they were just off today, just having an off day, because,
Off day these nuts, what are you talking about? Okay? This is the kind of shit that happens when you don't do house shows. House shows, when they used to do them, I mean, I guess they still do them, but not nearly as much. You would sit there and do this match in a house show over and over and over so that people can sit there and learn to trust each other and learn how to do the fucking moves in the match so that they can sit there and perform them well when they get on TV. We see botch all the time, which means that Jey Uso isn't doing house shows, which means that LA Knight isn't doing house shows, which means that Zelina Vega and Rhea fucking Ripley are not doing house shows.
I mean, maybe everyone needs to be like, there's no house shows. Maybe everyone needs to be like Logan Paul and rehearsing.
I mean, this is the reason why house shows exist, so you can sit there and work. This is why they always say that wrestlers do really hard things on their body, because you can have a wrestler get up to Cody Rhodes' age or John Cena's age when you don't freaking do house shows all the time where they take bumps all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens. I understand that things like this happen, but if you do a house show, you learn how to do the freaking movements, you learn how to do all that's going on, then when you get on TV, you have incredible matches.
Not here.
Not here. No, we're not here. They almost killed each other.
Well,
you know,
it's real.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, like they're just keeping kayfabe up. That's all.
Oh well.
And that was it for SmackDown.
All right, boy. Well, take me to Saturday night's main event.
So we got R-Truth rapping about Cena, and like nobody was reacting with him, and it was kind of awkward.
Sorry, Ron.
He wasn't driving.
You know.
Then we got Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi, and I mean, before this match even started, everybody knew the ending. Like, nobody, you're not going to have the NXT champion lose because it makes him look weak. You're not going to have the WWE champion lose because it's going to make him look weak. So the only way it was a DQ with Drew McIntyre getting involved.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Drew McIntyre gets involved, he gets jobbed out because he gets knocked out by Cody, and then Obafemi chokeslams him.
Ridiculous. I mean, stupid.
So
it's stupid. Who cares?
So he came here and got beat up by both of them. And then, you know, Sol Ruka beat Bayley.
Nice.
And then, I guess, AJ Styles, I didn't even remember this match being a thing, but we got AJ Styles and Lee versus Javon and Leon Slater. And I mean, you know, they won, so I was really shocked. I thought the NXT people were going to win the title.
I don't care.
And then The Miz got attacked by Joe Andrew and R-Truth. And then we had John Cena versus Gunther.
Okay, and
so in this match, I think the match happened, and then at the ending, we all thought John was gonna lose.
I mean, we all knew that. That's usually how it goes when wrestlers, you know, when you're about to retire, you lose your last match, and then you leave your shoes in the ring. That's usually how it goes.
But like he tapped out, and like he smiled while he's tapping out. And I looked at this match as like, this is like when Goku gives up against Cell. He just smiles and powers down. That's what I thought this was.
This is unacceptable. It just is. I don't understand who thought this was a great idea. Was it John Cena? Was it Triple H? Was it anybody else who sat there and said that John Cena should lose this way? I don't have a problem with John Cena losing, but this way?
I thought he was going to do the thing where like he just passes out and doesn't give up or something.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I looked at fans' faces in the audience when this was going down. They were like, what the fuck have you done? You know, and then the celebration. Oh, the celebration.
Oh my gosh. So like, you know, John Cena gets to bow, and then before he even finishes celebrating by himself, Triple H comes out and gets booed, and they're saying, you effed up. And
yeah, because he did.
And they're saying, F you, Hunter.
Yeah.
And then Triple H, he's like holding John, he's like, hey guys, there's no speech here. Go look at that video we made for you. They made the video. It was like, okay, now get out of here. Oh, then they put the titles on. Well, they had Cody and CM Punk come out and put the titles on. I'm like, yeah,
because why?
He's the 18-time champion again. I don't know.
Honorary 18-time champion, right?
Yeah. Then he's like, all right, yeah, get to the back. No speech for you. Goldberg got a speech and we cut it off, but not you.
John Cena's been giving speeches this whole freaking year. I don't know what he wants us to say. What else he wants to say that he hasn't said.
I mean, for me, it's funny how this is the John Cena who in this year took like basically like made Cody Rhodes struggle at SummerSlam, went through like so many tables and stuff.
Like, I guess if we really want to sit here and say this isn't his real last match. His real last match was against either Cody Rhodes or AJ Styles, right?
Yeah.
I would assume that on your last match, you would go 100%, pull out all the stops, do things that you haven't done before. And he only did that with AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. So, yeah. I mean, how many freaking AAs and crossroads did John Cena and Cody Rhodes kick out of in those matches?
Yeah, and how many like other moves in AJ Styles match did he kick out of?
Yeah. that's when you pull out all the stops.
I mean, even against Dominic, I consider that a better last match than whatever this was.
I enjoyed it more than this, but you know what? It is what it is. John Cena said he's done.
He took off. He left the shoes in there and the wristbands. I'm like, he should have left the jorts there too.
It just feels like it was just disrespectful to John Cena. And I don't know if he had a hand in it. I don't know anything. I've said it before. I don't know nothing. But what I do know is that this isn't it.
And then, you know, in the press conference, everyone's booing Triple H, and he's like, I thought you guys be louder.
Fuck you, Hunter.
I expected more.
Yeah, I did expect more.
We expected more from you.
Yeah, we thought this was the Renaissance era, and it's really just the Rena shit. So, I don't got anything else about wrestling this week. What about you, boy?
My day is ruined.
Your day is ruined. Hey, you guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Check us out on Instagram and X and Blue Sky and all them other things. And tune in next time because the next one will be available
when it's ready.